Welcome to Shyzalosophy 101. Here's your host, Shyzabox. I'm here, everybody! They love me, Get out of here. And the horse you rode in on. Ladies and gentlemen, whoever else is here, welcome ones, welcome all. We have got a show for you today. By show, free crap. You're welcome. All right, let's see. What do we have on the agenda today? A lot of important stuff. Halloween safety, mainly. All right, so the important stuff, okay? Can't have Halloween without safety. They almost go hand in hand. Okay, now, how do you protect yourself this Halloween? That's the question everyone's asking. Believe you me. People ask. Not a lot of people get the answers that they want. Okay, now, Halloween safety comes down to a few key things. Okay, being safe, staying safe, maintaining safe environments, maintaining safety of sorts. Okay, now, let's go over some of the core tenets of the ways to stay safe at home, okay? You start all over, okay? Halloween can be a dangerous time of year, okay? We found out that the hard way back in 1997, okay? We don't want to tell you about that Halloween time, okay? Okay, excellent. Then we will tell you about that Halloween time. Yes, excellent. Okay, well, we went trick-or-treating, and believe you me, wasn't under the safest of conditions. The big JC in the house! Excellent! Yes, the love of the heart, smiley face. Good to see you as always. Today we're talking safety. Now, believe you me, it would have been safer for us to have run everything by you, the big JC, prior to the show starting. But we just winged it. By winged it, we mean planned very thoroughly in an attempt to elicit people's monies. Extract people's monies. Get people's money. It's payday for someone. Either way, we can't deal with that currently right this sec because we've got some fantastic safety to cover. And by fantastic, we mean some safety that needs to be covered. Okay? Now, believe you me, Halloween, like we said, is no just walk in the park. Ironically, unless you're walking in the park on Halloween, which case it is. That being beside the point, we were starting being safe at home. Being safe at home around Halloween entails a few things. A, don't give out crappy candy, okay? You start giving out crap, okay, it's going to be an unsafe next morning when you're walking out the front door and you got a bunch of plastic forks sticking in your yard, okay? That's the return and thanks you get for giving out crap, okay? Now, believe you me, it's getting off easy. All right, you got trees, things like that in your yard? Hello, toilet paper pre-COVID. Nowadays, not so much. Shit's expensive. I think it was a ploy by the toilet paper companies and the Halloween candy companies with which they stopped wasting products somewhere. It doesn't matter. That's conjecture and hyperbole we haven't looked into. It's the wrong word there. It doesn't matter. What does matter is that you're here, and that means that you want to maintain a form of safety this Halloween. So, like we said, don't give out, passing out candy treats every now and again, okay? You don't want to just have, random encounters, okay, there. All right, say you want to go out and practice some safety, some safe application and things of that nature, okay? You want to venture out into the streets themselves and start knocking on the doors. That's right. Free candy to be had. By free, you got to work for it. It takes a lot of walking, knocking, tricking and treating, okay? But believe you me, there are ways to maintain safety as well. Now, we don't want to keep harping on the great Halloween safety scare of 1997, but unfortunately, because that's the case, we're going to have to focus on a Halloween scare that happened in 1999. Now, this had nothing to do with Y2K. That would come later that year around, right around Christmas time, a little after, right before the New Year time, when people really cared about it, okay? But we're not talking Y2K because that was a different kind of safety of the time. But that year, 1999, Halloween, guess what? Unsafe. Oh, that's right, Internet. That's right. Not only was it unsafe, but it wasn't safe for kids. Yeah. So, what people started doing is adding safe elements to it. Yay, that's right. Yeah. So, people started trick-or-treating in groups. People stopped egging houses as much. People started, being a little nicer and stopped swiping other kids' candy bags down dark alleyways and, through parks. Whatever. Because it wasn't nice, it wasn't polite, and it wasn't safe. So, believe you me, safety started becoming very, very prevalent and very well focused upon, around that time, probably. No, who cares? All entertainment, whatever. When does that start? It doesn't matter. Point is that Halloween has come a long way in the safety that it offers and the, elements of safety with which one can take upon themselves to maintain that degree thereof. Because safety is very important, obviously. You don't want to be unsafe around, Halloween and a bunch of weirdos and masks and stuff like that, right? We went out in COVID. You probably did too. You never know what you're going to find. Point is that regardless of where you're at, regardless of who's behind what, you go out, okay, and now there are additional ways to maintain that form of safety, that form of ability, that form of, way to just venture and go forth, okay? Now there's flashlights and things of that nature that, people will incorporate in their costumes. Whoa, fantastic. Now you have a safe element of maintaining a costume and a safe degree and element of, having a light to guide your path as you venture forth and get Halloween delicious tricks and candy of the trees. So fantastic. Well, we've talked house safety. We've talked safety derived from venturing out trick-or-treating. The great one of 1999 is definitely a focus. Alas, we forgot to clock in when we got here, so management's going to have to do some work. As soon as we tell them to. Hey, put management on. Hey, we didn't clock in. We were here earlier. Credit us like 2 hours. Excellent. All right. Well, there's more than one way to get things done. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-dow. And believe you me, there is now more than one way to maintain a safe Halloween environment. That's right. Nowadays, you have things like the lights that we said when you're going around trick-or-treating, things of that nature. You have the ability to hand out not crappy candy, okay, to maintain safety around the house, all right, environment. But if there's one other additional way that you want to maintain a form of safe being and a safe well-being around Halloween and things of that nature, then you need to be sure that not only if you go to a Halloween of the party, but if you go to a Halloween of the party, that you are safe. That's right. That is right. You don't want to be not safe at a Halloween party. Okay? Believe you me, all sorts of things can happen. Now, there's one very famous Halloween party that we like to recollect when we talk about unsafe Halloween parties. I know, Internet, I know. But it is important to be sure that we get this stuff out there, okay? We're only here for a short time today, all right? It's a Friday. We know it's payday for someone, all right? We're trying to collect as well on their hard-earned monies that they earned, that they might want to share with us by going to the Kickstarter and helping buy some of our crap. Bow! But that's okay. It's payday for someone. Maybe they have a couple extra bucks in their pocket. And they want a signed copy of a real-life crappy internet celebrities book. Bow. Go to Kickstarter. You can get it. We don't want it. That's fair enough. You can also get a custom 3D printed button. That's right. It's a shite. Fantastic. But we're talking safety today. And what's safer than us peddling our wares on paydays? It's Friday. It's payday for someone. Go to Amazon. Buy our books. We got a lot. Looky looks. We can have them over here. We can put them over there. Bookie book on Amazon.com. No. What the hell is that? Don't worry about it. We're talking Halloween safety. That's right. Yeah, pretty funny, internet. Yes. Halloween safety. Okay. We've talked being at home. We've talked being on the street trick-or-treating. But yes, the biggest Halloween party that we need to talk about occurred in the 80s. Okay, now this was a very dangerous one. There were skeletons involved. Lots of them. Now, at least 4 or 5. There was a old guru. Okay, you might know where we're going with this one. That's right. A little kid named Daniel LaRusso dressed as a shower. Okay? That's right. Where they come up with this stuff, I don't know, internet. They're crazy. Okay? Now we know, internet, you're crazy too. Well, you are. That's right. Celebrated, internet, because you are. You're one crazy entity and one crazy beast. Okay? That's why when we peddle our wares on Kickstarter, we do it on paydays, which are Friday at least. But now, link in the description. Point is that Daniel LaRusso dressed as a shower. And now you might be saying, well, that's because he was one dirty, dirty individual. And yes, he may have always smelled like onions everywhere he went. But that's beside the point. Okay? Because there's a little thing called the rest of the story where we're going with this. And with that being the case, all of this Halloween, it was one of the most unsafe parties ever. Okay, we said there were skeletons and this kid in the shower, and obviously they got in a fight. That's right. Yeah, not nice, internet. It was a horrible Halloween party. Now, that's not a good thing to celebrate, internet. You guys are sick. You're sick, internet. You're sick. You know. Point is that, yes, a lot of fights broke out. Well, we see what content you like. A lot of fights broke out. And a lot of guruing had to be done to put these skeletons in their place after Daniel LaRusso soaked these kids in the bathroom. Okay, now you might be saying, well, that sounds like he was the villain. And believe you me, you don't think of it that way until you start watching Cobra Kai, that Netflix series that they got from YouTube that, I don't know who has it now, who cares? It was like a YouTube series when they were trying to do shows, and then it stopped being after a couple seasons because obviously that's not viable. But, you know, I mean, YouTube offers great stuff, you know. They should do more shows, probably. They just have so much other content. They do awesome with their movies. In fact, they should, their movie service, that's where it's at, YouTube. You guys focus on that. You guys got a fantastic service. You guys, if you're not watching movies on YouTube with commercial ads, and you're paying for other subscription services for movies with, ironically, commercial ads, you might as well be going to YouTube and giving them their commercial ads revenues, right? I don't know. That's between you and what you do. What you need to do, though, is focus on the rest of this story, okay? Because this Halloween party back in the 80s was crazy. Like we said, a guru had to beat up, like, 5 high schoolers. And then, you know, this Daniel LaRusso kid, he ended up, you know, becoming a protege of the guru eventually. It doesn't matter. I think they made a movie about it. Yeah, it might be called Karate Kid or something like that. It is. But the point is that this Halloween party was crazy, okay? Now, you don't want to have these crazy parties and not maintain that degree of safety, that necessity, and that need for maintaining the atmosphere that keeps everyone in that place of well-being, okay? You don't want injuries occurring on Halloween, right? Okay, internet, right? Okay, you don't. Believe you me, it's not a good thing because it ruins the party. That's right, Internet. Some asshole goes getting hurt. Then you know you got paramedics coming or cops involved or whatever. All of a sudden, it's like, dude, did you try not to get hurt? Yeah, obviously. Ruined the party. Okay? Point is that obviously you want to maintain those degrees of safety. So maybe if you're having a party and you're going to have limited floor space, you move the furniture to the side, okay? Maybe you unplug things that aren't necessary to be in the environment immediately and remove them from said environment the best to your ability, okay? Even in an apartment setting, something is doable. You could get a little crate, a tub, a closet somewhere, and cram that stuff in there, okay? Those were the Christmas ornaments. Doesn't matter, it's not Christmas yet. It's Halloween. That's right, pretty funny. Laughter's warranted, Internet. Point is that there's ways to set up the environment to maintain that safety. Now, say you have the environment squared away and ready to go, okay? Say you're good. Say, oh, I'm good to go, don't worry about it. Okay, I got my environment cleared. I unplugged the unnecessary things that are plugged in, that are ruining the environment, that could be ruined and stuff thereof and whatnot. But, believe you me, there is one thing that would go on from that point, and that is within the realm and degree of itself. One more iteration of massive safety need. You might be saying, well, Shyzabox, we cleared the floor space. What else could be of massive safety need? Well, Internet, are you forgetting? In a party, yes, the floor space, but also the music. Yes, obviously. If you play crap music, your guests are going to leave because it sucks. Unless it's okay, or they don't care, or you got a lot of good snacks. Then they're like, oh, hell yeah. Fuck this music. These snacks are great. Okay, cool, whatever. Whatever you do to keep them there. The point is that you can't just play Christmas music at a Halloween party, okay? That's right, Internet. That would be just silly, right? Why would you want to do that? Okay? A little crazy. Little clowny, right? Don't play Christmas music at Halloween parties. You clear the floor and you play, I don't know, whatever music you play at Halloween parties. Who cares? The point is that, I don't know, you probably get some good deals on Christmas music around this time of year. It's not Christmas yet, but you play whatever you want to at your party. Doesn't matter. Excellent. Oh, man. Let's see. Is that an animal coverage? It's my dog cup. Yes. I think a fan sent it. They're like, here, this reflects the quality of your show. It's a bunch of dogs deucing. It's like, well, excellent. Thank you for the free wares. Did we mention our Kickstarter that is available for signed copies of books, and you can get custom 3D printed buttons that say shite? But it is an animal cup, depending on one kind of animal being depicted. Just dogs taking dumps. That's right, lots of doggy dumps. Alas, our swill tastes like that from within, with which it is. Good to see you! Excellent! Let's see these other ones of things from Algeria. And you, well, we thought of being from Algeria too. Thicre? But we can call you Thicre, right? Yeah, of course we can. We're from a little place called Marca. Starts with an M. Might have heard of it. It's a pretty crazy place. Crazy awesome. We love it. Yeah. Come hang out sometime. I don't know. No, not with us. Come hang out in the States. We don't hang out too much. We're what you call poor. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Anyhow, hey, Internet jerks. We have a Kickstarter that we're selling stuff. That's fine. That's fine. Other books do go to Amazon. You can buy it. Some of them might be available in Algeria. Excellent. Are they? They sure are. Well, you know, it fertilizes the soil of, well, the inner workings of our beverages. But, point is, that's a very good, astute eye you have there from the ground up. You must tend to things of importance that need good eyes. Excellent. Anyhow, where were we? Halloween safety. What's safer than making sure you have a flashlight so you watch where you step when you're tricker of the treating? Okay? Now, believe you me, if you're walking on roads or things of that nature, maybe not a big deal. But alas, whoa, Internet, don't forget the people that hand out crappy candy. That's right. People get that shit and just chuck it right on the street. You want to be stepping in gum? That's right. No, you don't. A little delayed response, Internet. You can do better than that. You're getting better. Yes, Internet. Good job. Laughter warranted, because that was okay funny-wise. But the point is that, yes, you want to obviously watch where you're stepping, obviously be careful where you're going, things of that nature, okay? Because it presents great opportunity for unsafeness to occur. And believe you me, if there's one thing that we want to reiterate that this episode is about, it's not that our Kickstarter is currently 0% funded with 7 days to go. Oh boy. See, we're gonna not do another one, huh, Internet? Oh, yeah, good one. Anyhow, we don't want unsafeness to occur and abound around Halloween. So you got your flashlights. We talked about Halloween parties, clearing the furniture. We talked about staying safe at home by not giving out crap yourself. Okay? Not everyone wants an almond joy. You shouldn't give them out at all. No one should want one. Okay, we get it. There are some fans. Okay, that's fine. All ones of you. Hi, Mom. Anyhow, the point is that, you know, you can circumvent and prevent a lot of disasters that can occur at Halloween. With that being said, we worked pretty hard today already, I would say. I mean, there was a little stream interruption, but that's a technical difficulty that is probably somehow our fault, but irrelevant. We'll just blame someone else. That's how the world works, Internet. Yes, yes. So, what other degrees of safety, okay, can we talk about before we get out of here? So we ain't sticking around all day. We got other stuff that is way better than not getting paid to do this, okay? Now, believe you me, we love hanging out, and we want to hang out, and we appreciate everyone who enjoys hanging out as well. But there's other stuff to do, you know. I mean, geez, maybe if we started selling like a bunch of books and stuff, then we would hang out all the time. Be like, hey, you guys want a 24-hour stream? That's fine. We'll do it. We won't be here the whole time. We'll set it up. Yeah, fund that shit. Go to Kickstarter. Wow, get some crap. Go to Amazon. Buy our books. It'll be funny when you get everyone in your family a different copy of our Quick Note series, and they have no need for it, right? That's funny. Well, for whatever the joke is, that it is. Yeah, excellent. Yes, it's there somewhere, Internet. Don't worry about it. The point is that Halloween safety comes in all shapes and forms. And we hope that you maintain a degree of safety this Halloween with yourself and those who are, you know, fortunate enough to be under your watchful, vigilant, safekeeping eye and manner of maintaining safety in the degree thereof that you do. Now, if you're an individual who actually lends to the unsafeness of environments, well, that's not a good thing, Internet, okay? I know a lot of you on here, though, probably are, because the Internet is crazy, okay? Again, not a reason to celebrate internet, but if you are one of the folks that lends to the chaos, okay, then be sure that you get under someone else's wing that's way better at being safe. Obviously, you're going to want to be with them the entire Halloween night experience, from passing out candy to going trick-or-treating to doing whatever, okay? You want to be under their ever-watchful eye. That's right. So, Internet, with that being said, oh, what did we miss? We missed one of the chat. Don't eat the unwrapped Tootsie Rolls that are laying around in the yard. Well, excellent. Excellent point, the big JC. You don't want to eat those ones because, I don't know, you just don't. Excellent. You collect the unwrapped Tootsie Rolls and trade them for better candy. Obviously, yes. The big JC, you know, your tenacity to be able to articulate how one can create a better environment, a better apparatus, a better Halloween. These tips are genius. You get the unwrapped Tootsie Rolls and you trade them for better candy. That's right. Think of it. At that point, because they're unwrapped, they immediately increase in candy trade value. They're the equivalent of a Three Musketeer right out the gate. Okay, now you might be saying, well, Three Musketeers suck. Well, they don't, but, you know, they do, but they don't. Three Musketeers are good, okay? You know, they're just not as good, right? Unwrapped Tootsie Rolls, you got a bunch of those. That's Three Musketeer status right out the gate. Now, you might not be able to go right for a Milky Way, but if you get a couple of them, 2 Three Musketeer status trade, then you have some unwrapped Tootsie Rolls, some Three Musketeers. Then you could probably go for Snickers. You could maybe hit Reese's. You might be able to, like, you could definitely caddy shack around and get a York and a wrapped Tootsie Roll. Probably trades these thrown back in. Because, you know, the York isn't going to be like white Snickers, Milky Way, Reese's. But it's going to be upper exclusive. Because it's more of a rare candy on Halloween that you get. But that's beside the point. Excellent, you know, thoughts on the trading up of candy, the accumulation thereof, the unwrapped, you know, Tootsie Rolls that may therein be upon the ground. Fantastic. You know, great points. And something that we're going to have to, you know, definitely consider doing this Halloween ourselves. Because if there's one thing that we want, it's to maintain that degree of safety, that degree of well-being, and that degree of trading up. You know, we started with no books. Now we have books. And now we can trade them up and trade books for money. But how? We don't want them. Buy them for someone else. But how? That might work. Well, fantastic, Internet. I think we might have come to an agreement. You don't have to buy them for yourself. Buy our books for other people as gifts. Well, what about for the people that you don't like? Ah, see? Internet, we can achieve so much together when we get your money. Excellent. Where were we? Surely doing something important. Let's see. We talked safety. Yeah, we did that. Showed up for work. Yeah, you know, management clock us in. Sure. Yep. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Dog's crapping on a cup. Yeah, well, it sounds like a great episode to us. Well, believe you me, we would say we'd swill down the rest of our swill, but looks like it's gone. Doesn't happen often. But If you want to get out of here before us, now's your chance, because we're not sticking around. We're not getting paid for it. Believe you me, if we were, we would, but we're not. And this show will never be behind a paywall. It's our guarantee to all ones of you. Hi, Mom. So, believe you me, better go buy our crap. Yep, or go to Kindle Unlimited and scroll it. We appreciate it all. That's right, we appreciate all of your money. And the views as well. Believe you me, if you don't have money to give, we don't want it. Okay? Take care of yourself first. Those you love more than us, second. A little unlikely, but probably. Okay? Anyone else who needs it more than us, third. Okay? We are a starving artist. We are not a hungry artist. There's a difference. We are the best of the worst internet celebrities. We called Daryl Nixon dibs. Take care of those who need it more than us first. Those you love more than us, unlikely, but maybe. Take care of yourself. But anything you got left over, send our way. Blah, damn. Go to Kickstarter, buy our crap. Go to Amazon. What's up with that? Blah. Search Shyzabox books. They're there. We wish they weren't. Don't matter. Anyhow, that's going to probably do it for us today. So, we appreciate you sticking around, but we don't want your subscription. We want your money. Downvote the shit out of this. Go to Kickstarter and give us $1. Get off our lawn.